Radio 99.5 FM, best mix of R&B, and home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators of this radio
It's
station.
Love Jones. It's Love Jones. Check us out as we combine our hit music with a love story. Live with Candy. It's Love Jones. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, Refugee Camp presents
For all relationships, for regrets, for disagreements, for breaking up and making up, for all those out there jonesing for love, it's Love Jones right here, right now on Global 99.5. Good morning. How's everybody doing on a fantastic Friday? It's the best mix of R&B music. Home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We're Global 99.5. In with you, Magic Mike. Brother D has accused me, and I am fighting it in court of giving him the salivations of flu.
The salivations of flu.
Yes, those are the words I choose to go with.
So he's home then.
He said he's feeling like a ball of something that I can't repeat on air, but he's feeling under the weather, so to speak.
Well, he's probably listening.
Yeah, more than likely. So good morning to our sick brother. None left behind. Before we begin, 812-1787 is your text and WhatsApp. 326-0272 is live in studio. Of course, we're live on Facebook, Global 995, and you can re-watch the video or catch it on Love Jones Crew Facebook page. Become a friend as well. I just want to let the listeners know as well, we're getting ready to start something very interesting. We're going to start some Podcast Nation enjoyment. We're going to do that because I think with that and having somewhat of an after show, it's going to give us the opportunity to do things unedited. So a lot of the things and expressions that we cannot delve into via radio.
The holotrism.
Yes, holotrism and hookerisms and those kinds of things that we cannot. But even with, the more emotional, the deeper stuff and being able to express yourself completely, we want to be able to do that with no omittance. Yeah. And of course, there are certain regulations as it pertains to radio, so we must adhere to those. But
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think the podcast and going live later on at night will give us the opportunity to really fully express ourselves, go at some topic matters that we have been dying to hit on, as well as I think, a lot of the writings have said that they want to participate, but because it's during work hours and those kinds of things, the kind of participation that is wanted cannot be had because of the time. So I think if we afford our listenership the opportunity to kind of be able to tone in and key in later on at night.
You could probably do it as a live show. What do you think?
Absolutely. I say let's go, and that's where we all, it's not work and scheduling. We have time to be together. With this, we're going to have guests on that are going to go all to the wall as well.
So here's the thing. So we're planning on doing our first show Wednesday next week.
Yep.
So we'd like to do a live show.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to have an audience. So if anybody's interested, please contact Candy by Sunday.
Yeah, and let us know.
So Sunday, if we know by Sunday, we'll know.
I'm thinking we probably have some members of the crew present. They're always up for anything. You look like, do we really want all of that on the first go? I think it's going to be good because we always get great feedback and stuff like that. And that's what we want. The show is about growth. So that's what we want to achieve. And in any means in which we need to experience that growth, so it shall be done.
Definitely.
So this is a step forward in the growth that we've been hoping to attain for a while. So what are we waiting for? So we're
Let's
going to
do it,
just go
man.
ahead and do that.
Let's do it.
I can only imagine what Freaky Friday is going to be like on an unedited, no holds barred show.
Oh, gee.
Especially
Awesome.
with Deep Resin, it's going to just be different, to say the least.
It'll be more visual, you think?
Absolutely. Much more visual. I know the vocabulary is going to be much more colorful as well. Then there's that.
Wow. No, it's gonna be interesting. I think
It
we'll have a
is.
good time, man.
I think it's
And
going
I
to be
think
great.
people will enjoy it more because we'll come from a place of, I guess, being more real. I guess
vulnerable
you know.
and full openness. I think we
Yeah.
go as far as we can go.
Yeah,
We push the envelope as far as we can, as far as the broadcasting laws will.
yeah, because
Will allow.
we're conscious that we're on the radio and we gotta
And
be
it's
careful what we
daytime.
say. Yeah,
Yes.
So
So it's that. But I think in the evening, like you said, with an audience and being able to take questions live, and able to have guests that can just say what it's needed to be said without cutting any corners, I think it's going to prove to be quite the interesting library of shows. So good luck. And of course, contact at 812-1787 if you want to be a part of that, guesting on that, or just be there to offer opinion, comment, or question. So one of the things that we like to talk about on Fridays is stuff that has brought issue to love and relationships as it pertains to sex. Or the lack thereof, or those kinds of issues. And we were asking quite a bit of questions in the chatter. So I'm not sure even where to begin. But one of the last things that was put on the table was, is it at all possible? Because we talked about building friendship within a relationship yesterday. Can you have a great sex life where you tap into the animal instinct of who you are as a sexual being and not have an initial chemistry? Is that even possible?
no, because you have to be comfortable with the person, that kind of way. It's
But is chemistry and comfortability the same thing? No, it isn't. It isn't. So if you have chemistry, that doesn't necessarily mean that the person is going to make you feel comfortable when you lay down together. It just means that you have that initial attraction. I want you, you want me, and we're trying to figure out how we can make that happen together. But that want doesn't necessarily translate into I'm going to feel comfortable once we begin. So with asking that question then from a man's perspective, I wanted to find out, if you don't have it and you look at this person as nothing more than a cardboard, not to be little, but you don't have any attraction, can you build from that? Or you must have the attraction? Or can you build an attraction from a man's perspective? Or do you have to, men being quote unquote visual beings,
right?
do you need to see something and at least be attracted to
Yes,
something?
you have to.
Really?
Yeah, you have to have that.
Suppose you
attraction.
don't have anything and the person has I was going to say it, but an itching sense of humor, or there's something.
But something have to attract you though, and I think it is the same for women.
Is
right?
it the same with attractive or attracted? That's different, right? So
something has to attract you to that person.
see, because someone could be attractive and that doesn't necessarily mean I'm attracted to them. So do you have to be attracted, or do they just have to be attractive? Then there's that. I'm just trying to get into a
something has to
mind.
attract you to that person.
You Betty.
Something have to attract you.
According to Harold, no.
personality.
Harold say if you look at it the way that we're looking at it, how would sex have even started? How would sex have even begun if you look at it that way? I don't know. I think for women it's a little bit different. Obviously, you do see men and you're like, yeah, boy, like,
right.
yeah.
So how's that different?
but not all the time.
You're talking about first meeting a person, right?
Right.
So yeah, definitely gotta have some attraction. Candy. Now, let's say you start out as friends with somebody, and your personality grows on them. It grows on them. It's just not a matter of that physical attraction. Then it's just something about that person that attracts you.
Right.
You like being with that person. You're comfortable with that person. but just meeting somebody, there's something physically to me, and I mean, I'm hoping I'm speaking for a lot of men. Something has to physically attract you to that person. What do you think, Nate?
Physical attraction.
There's physical attraction, but there's also a sense of, at least with me, you could be the most physically attractive thing, but sometimes it's one weird thing that's like, what's that?
So you suffering from the boomerang effect? Like if they got weird toes, you can't mess with it. Is that what
No,
it is?
I don't do ugly toes.
I just could look at them and see that.
It's a big thing for me. But what I'm saying is it's not always the uniform physical attractiveness that you think everyone would be attracted to.
Right.
Sometimes
it's a little quirk that
like
you like.
you're attracted to a quirk.
Oh, okay. But that's what you mean.
You know.
So what if a woman is mentally attractive, but physically you don't find her that appealing? Is this someone that you'd still be willing to use that as a foundation to build, or mentally attractiveness is great, but you still have to have that something you're attracted to?
You gotta, I would say at least 60-40. 60-40.
60 being what? The mental attraction?
And if it's like that, if it can be 90-90, at least be, you know, 60,
at least you're
40,
honest.
you know.
At least you're honest. For me as a woman, I mean, it used to be more, I ain't gonna lie, I used to more so go after the things that I found physically appealing. And I got shafted. That's probably not the term that I wanted to use. I mean, I didn't see that it panned out as well. I think as I've gotten a little bit older, and most women in that particular age demographic would say that, you know, physical attractiveness is good, but they need something more mentally stimulating. So, I mean, can you sustain a relationship if the sex is off the wire and mentally you don't click as well? Can you build a viable relationship of that and build a mental connection, or the mental connection has to be there and you can build the sexual attraction?
That's a few minutes compared to the rest of your time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. After you, I was gonna say something. After you've ejaculated.
What?
Yeah. I try to find a better way to say it. After you've done that, then what? I mean, there has to be some other time. If you go out to eat, you're just gonna kind of sit there and like nothing. There has to be some other thing, and I just don't see why men don't. I wouldn't say men don't, but a lot of men don't seem to understand how good that is when you make that mental connect and you put the physical with that. Woo, my goodness. And it don't even have to be nothing like the kind of fire you're thinking about. It's even just touching hands that can bring that kind of electricity. I just wish we'd build more on that. You know, D gonna say we looking for Adonis. We won't be in romance novels. I don't agree with that. I mean, that's another peeve I have. I should have brought that up yesterday. What happened to romance, though? What's the problem here? What's happening?
The problem is? The problem is the romance is one-sided.
Man, expound. If you're going to be bold enough to drop that, you have to say what the deal is with that. What you laughing at over there? You agree? Oh, you're talking to...
You agree?
You're talking to Nostril. So listen... I don't agree with that. I think women are... No? Man, stop this, man. So are men out there saying that women aren't romantic? First of all, let me ask you, as a man, as men, because I'm interested, you two are in different age demographics. So as a man, at where you're at in your life, what is romance to you? What would a woman need to do for you to feel romanced? I mean, and that within itself sounds a little bit odd, I guess, to ask a man about what he need to feel romanced. But I'm asking, since it's an issue, what is it that a man needs to feel as if he's being romanced? What's your idea of romance, of what you would need to feel courted by a woman, or for her to make you feel attractive?
Just you know, and for me, it's not a big thing, you know. To me, it goes back to the love languages for me. It goes back to love languages for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of like me, simple. Just saying thank you is romantic to me.
Okay.
To me, that's romantic. I appreciate you. That's romantic to me.
All right. No, that's like
to me,
that's love
romantic.
language.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's being romantic to me.
Okay, so if I say thank you, Mikey, you we ready to do? I mean, come on, let's go deeper here. I understand what you're saying.
But that's the thing, Candy.
But go deeper. Seriously, because a lot of women don't get it. They don't get it.
When effort is made,
right?
When effort is made to make your man or whatever feel wanted, needed.
That's equivalent to romance. And that's what I'm trying to get at.
Just an effort.
Honestly, a lot of women don't get that because I hear a lot of men saying, listen here, I tired of this whole romance thing. I tired of this flowers, chocolate BS because y'all always want to be on the receiving end. A lot of men are saying the same thing as it pertains to the bedroom. Women just know one or two tricks and they feel like if they do that, then all is gravy. And it has to be more than that. But at the same token, there are men like D and others, and Pat is saying that he agrees that a lot of women are looking for this when it's time to have sex or when it's time to make love or when it's time to get into these relationship situations, you're looking for it to pan out as a romance novel. And there are men that are that way. So I think a lot of times women have gotten to this place of complacency. Do I agree with it? No, but I think there's a reason behind it. A lot of men don't put it down as this is something that I need within my relationship. You know, a lot of men put it forward like, well, listen, if I get it on time, that's sufficient for me. I think men have to step up their game as to what it is that they want and be clear. It has to be more than this one-way street because this ain't gonna work. Men don't say that. You talking and you getting to know a man, he ain't gonna say, look here, I need romance in my life. That's usually something you hear from a woman. Even if you verbalize it, let's be real about it. That you ever sat down with a chick and you getting to know and say, I need romance in my life? What? What? Those chicks, what kind of chicks is be dull? Romantic chicks?
No, I mean, you ask romance, but some of you.
They don't like that. No, I'm saying as a man. Mike is saying that women only want romance in one way. They want you to romanticize them. They want you to bring flowers, chocolate, candy. Even when it comes to making love, they
whatever
want flowers,
it
they
is,
want candles, whatever.
You want to feel special. The woman wants to feel special.
Yeah.
So do it for them. The man want to feel special too.
I'm saying, but when you're getting in the dating process and even relationships, do men verbalize the fact that, listen, I need to feel romanticized?
Yes.
Women say it. When last you said that? Why you always lie?
Candy, to come to you and say, I need to feel romanticized.
But look here. But y'all just finished saying women don't give you what you want. You just say last week. Then y'all y'all just finished saying I can't read woman mind. How are we supposed to read your mind?
Candy, you can get in a relationship to make someone feel special. Why get in a relationship if you don't make them feel special?
It's a difference between making feel special and romance, Mike.
You don't have to ask. You don't have to
ask. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying to ask.
I can understand the conversation and say, okay, like, what do you like?
First of all, are we not saying that feeling special and feeling loved is different from romance? Of course, it is an integral part, but it's different, is it not? You could feel special and you could be with a man and he could not be a romantic kind of man. That doesn't mean that he doesn't love you or he doesn't show you certain things. It just means he's not romantic. It's a difference between feeling love, feeling special, and romance. Romance is something totally different, is it not?
If you take Confucius can go get it clean, you get it detailed, you getting some tonight.
My romance, my romance is when the stewfish touch the table on Saturday morning.
You in the stewfish,
you gotta know what you're dealing with.
So that's romantic to men.
For men.
Ladies, I hope you're listening. I hope you're hearing this. This is your version of romance. So here's okay. I'm hearing you. I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is
the average man don't want flowers.
Duh, that's not. And why do men always feel as if when women are talking about romance, we talking about flowers and chocolates?
I'm just saying.
I get it, but that is the general idea of most men.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to make you understand. Like me, if someone I'm dating comes and watch me play his basketball, to me that's romantic.
Mm-hmm. Romance is the reason why Valentine is marketed for the woman. Romance is centered on the women.
And what I'm saying is, if men have a problem, or they want to bring challenge to that because they don't feel as if they are feeling the equivalence of what they should get in the relationship, how the hell are we supposed to know that?
We just tell you.
No, you don't always tell you. What you do is you dip and find someone that will come to the game or whatever.
If a guy asks you or tells you to do something and you always have a problem with it, and he suck his teeth,
he finished.
That's it. I mean, him sucking his teeth is like, mother flip, you can't do that for me.
You don't get, okay.
Anyway, don't worry about it. Now, women, they'd be like, oh, man, I need this and need that. All we could do is say, hey, my foot hurted. I need that. And then move on.
Okay, let me make sure I've gathered, not just for me, but for other women. So basically, I just can say it like this. I can play devil's advocate for a minute. The same thing that men complain about women just saying what the heck it is that you want, right? Instead, y'all will say, my foot hurt. Instead of saying, you know what? I wonder if you could rub my back for me, my back hurt or whatever.
You say that. So compare me coming home from work. I know women work as well, right? But me coming home from John Canoe practice, getting the whole food, getting the cold drinks, getting the massages, getting all of that. That's a romantic night for me. And on the flip side, a romantic night for you is getting the candles, getting the candlelight dinner, getting the walk on the beach. It's just a flip. Ours just simpler. I knew you was gonna say that. Is it me or men's version of romance has a lot to do with servitude? No?
Sometimes it just depends on the man. It just
A lot of it seems to. I mean, I just say it.
It just depends on the man, But it's.
Understand, I'm not saying that I don't get it. I just want women to be able to understand where you all as men is coming from. Because as far as women are concerned, they are complaining about the fact that relationships seem to be lacking the romance needed. And that's the reason why sex has dropped off. That's the reason why cooking has dropped off. If you talk to a lot of women, that's what they're going to say. I've withdrawn certain things that I give in the relationship, especially in the bedroom, because I don't feel as if romance or softness or the things that are required by me is being given to the man. And men are saying, okay, the reason why you're not having that is because it feels like I'm the only one that's giving it. And so I'm just trying to get people to understand that it is indeed a two-way street, and it has to be more than just giving your man sex in order to make him feel happy. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
Even the days of saying you swinging from the chandelier and you doing these flips and tricks, that ain't gonna keep him.
No.
It has to be more to it than that. It'll entertain him for a little bit. I agree.
It has to be effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, cook my favorite meal once in a while.
I think now men are really wanting to feel.
Yeah, but she's saying them cooking our favorite meal is servitude.
No, I'm asking. A lot of women will say that it is. See, it depends on the kind of woman you're with.
Right.
It seems like most women, that ain't romance to them because that's a part of. For me, that ain't romance for me because that's a part of the way that I generally would treat my man anyway.
Well,
I believe in cooking. I believe in bringing his food to him.
Here's the thing. The thing for me is the effort.
When I shop, I think about, does he like this? I know he likes Italian. So once a week, I make sure at least pasta's in the repertoire to cook. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for me, I'd never thought of it as romance or that it would be interpreted as such. That's just a part of the repertoire.
That's how rare it is.
Yeah. And then there's that. I'm just saying, a lot of times it's how we interpret. For men, romance isn't, they know what your version of romance as a woman is. It's the candles, it's the this and that. Some men, their version of romance is, okay, like Gianna, she said she works at the airport. So her husband will get up at a particular hour on Sunday or whatever. He would go and put like $50, $60 gas in her car. So she ain't got to worry about stopping for gas at no point in that time. For her, the kind of woman she is, she's more practical. She enjoys romance, but practicality is a part. So she sees that as a romantic gesture from her husband, and that's how he gives it. You understand what I mean? So for her, it may not necessarily be he didn't like the candles, he didn't buy perfume, but to make sure that she's safe, that's the most romantic gesture of
There you
all.
go.
So sometimes women have to understand, look at the things that a man does outside of that. If you say that security is important, he's heard that. And so he may do something such as that. Or you put minutes on your phone. So wherever you are, you don't have to worry about, oh my God, if something happens, I can't call. You have minutes on your phone constantly. He makes your data on your phone. That may be his version of romance.
Yeah, but
Romance doesn't always come in chocolates
No,
and,
I totally agree.
flowers.
I
And
totally-
it shouldn't.
And it goes. It's
And
the
it's
same
not
for
always
men.
material stuff either. I think
it's
people
vice
have
versa.
agreed.
if we look at the definition of romance, right?
Yeah.
A feeling of excitement
Mhm.
and mystery associated with love.
Right.
Me coming home and I smell a whiff of
What?
Mm.
Listen,
I
he
smell
need
a
that
whiff.
too
I
much.
smell a whiff in the air. I wasn't expecting no.
So that was
nothing on the
that's your
pot.
mystery,
You know,
unexpected.
that's the mystery. And then when I come, it's the excitement. I say, oh, love is in the air. Love is
So
in
you
the
feel
air.
all of that from that.
So it's if we go by that definition,
Yeah.
on the women's take is
I love it.
baby on the other side is baby get ready.
Yeah.
When you come in the car, flowers in the car.
Mhm.
Oh, mystery.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was gonna
Unexpected.
happen. Excitement. You know, so it's on the flip side now. A romance for Mike, like you might say, come we get by my mother, and he and then when you pull up y'all out west about to go ride ATVs,
Right.
you know, that could be, you know.
But I think we need to start changing it because all of these things affects your sex life. You know what I mean?
No, it does. It
Because a
does.
lot of women are saying, oh, well, they're holding back because of whatever. We've had that conversation,
Like me,
obviously.
I'm a freak for superheroes. A
Right?
superhero movie comes out, I want to go see it. For me,
You get
it'll be
off,
romantic.
should I buy them tickets? Let's go watch
There
the
you go.
situation.
That's it.
That's the excitement.
That's the excitement
and the
part.
mystery.
There you go.
I
Supergirl
think for
outfit.
then it's that. Yeah. I think for I could see that too, boy.
That's what I
You
know
get off, you
about.
say you go home, you strip it off, Supergirl.
Yeah.
Put
Dun,
the
dun,
bands
dun,
on. I think for women, it's become the unexpected, and to be honest, I think it is lacking in a lot of relationships. It's a flower just because. For me, it ain't about the bouquet. You know what I mean? It's just that I jump in the car and there's a little something there. Or, my God, even if you go, okay, I have this thing for M&Ms. Shut up, everybody. And you have this thing for M&Ms, right? And so a couple of times, you know, he's like, you know, I've already dropped him off. Whatever. He'd be like, go in the middle part of the car or whatever. I look, and it's like a big bag of M&Ms. For me, I mean, for some people, it's like, what? But that's romance. It's knowing what I like and trying to fill that. I think people just need to get out of the material aspects of what romance is. It has to come in the form of champagne. It has to come in these kinds of forms. If you're that lady, then that's fine. But I think you limit yourself when you only think of romance in one aspect. You know what I mean? And for men have to understand a lot of women tend to show their romantic feelings towards you. And sometimes it does translate in sex because that's what we've been trained as women to think, that that's a way to a man.
we
It's
over-
either through his belly,
We over that.
and it works over here.
Oh,
So I know what you're talking about.
Well, no, yeah. When I say we over that, I talk about
I
the
get
sex
it.
part.
Yes.
We over that.
Well, then that's something that we have to talk about
I mean,
because
not completely over it, but we somewhat over that. Like,
you're getting over it. Let's say
not
that.
so much getting over it, but it ain't all of that.
It's
It ain't
not all about that
that.
anymore. I agree, but
You know?
I'm saying, men have to understand as well. That's what women, for centuries and time over, it's what we've been taught. Either you get to a man through his belly or through his groin. I mean, that's what we've been taught, and the only way that we can break the mold, men have to assist in that. And you have to start saying, "Look here, yeah, that's good and all that. Yeah, put your clothes back on. I need something more than that." The problem is, ain't many doing that.
You know,
Yeah, but here's the thing.
You know,
If we do
But
that,
you understand where I'm
Candy,
coming
if we
from.
do that, we say, listen, put your clothes back on.
I want more than that.
you get mad.
You get mad.
Yeah, well,
There you go.
We can't
There
even say
you
no.
Go.
We can't even say no.
what you mean you can't
We
say
can't
no?
say no.
That's what?
Listen to me. What? Wait, listen. I
Hey,
really,
D calling, boy.
y'all really
Keep
have
calling, yo.
women for one-sided
D,
tunnel
text or
vision
something.
type beings, you know.
Mike, you
Y'all
ever
gotta
say
do
no?
better.
Did you ever say no?
Do I dare say no?
See?
It don't turn out
Because when I
good.
really want it,
It don't turn
You-
out good.
no.
that's dangerous when it comes to the lines
But
of
that's how it is.
communications. You have to create a better line of communication. Men always complaining, but y'all don't say
Because
what you
when you
want.
say something, it's a problem.
Moral.
Boy, listen to me. Y'all really have to do better as
We-
far as
we-
what y'all, how y'all
Stop it.
peg women.
We into less.
Stop
Seriously,
it.
We into
y'all
less
gotta
row.
do
And we
better. How
talking
y'all
from-
peg
We talking
women.
from experience.
We into less row. Less row.
Oh, I almost say something so you give up your augie just for no
Yes,
reason.
Least row.
I
That's
love.
foolishness.
Least
So
row.
if a woman,
No, no. No.
yo, this a Friday in
If
the
you-
studio
I ain't
today.
around no. Seriously, I ain't around no more.
If you say no, investigation start.
Okay,
No.
let's just say we don't.
Who is on this?
So you
Let me see. Let me smell you.
what?
Oh, the mic on.
I need a break. I wasn't ready. Okay,
Let me
now some
smell
women agreed. I think, but see again, that's why I'm saying you have to create an atmosphere that's different from on set. It can be. If we mad, you give me sex. If it's my birthday, you give me sex. If it's Thanksgiving, I get sex. It have to be something outside of that parameter. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you're not gonna get anything different. You're crying about. I shouldn't say crying because then that paints
Well,
a picture. We're having a
Ain't no one
conversation.
crying. And when we have a conversation, it's a one-sided conversation because you're telling the person
We got to do it differently.
what you expect or what
Yeah.
you want, but you're not hearing it because you guys are getting upset.
Why?
All you're seeing is
Why would I get
the fact
upset?
that okay, you can take it personal. You can think we ain't want you no more.
Okay, maybe
You can
that
think-
was okay.
you can
Maybe
think- you can
that
think
was
there's
a
somebody
bad.
else.
Maybe that was a bad example to
Okay,
say if you're
Valentine's.
getting naked and say
Valentine's.
put your clothes on. But what I'm saying is, if you make it seem like your version of romance or that a woman is interested is if she flexes for you in a particular way sexually or feeds you.
What the candy?
That's been the age old, and most men, whether they admit it or not, they'll tell you, "Boy, that's all I need."
A lot of
D
time-
has said that.
A lot of times
D
it
has
is.
said that. Feed me, cook for me, and give me my things on time, and I satisfied.
A lot of
But that's
times
D.
it is.
I understand
But that
that,
ain't me.
but there are a million
That
men
ain't
just
me.
like D. I'm not saying it's you, but if you hear, and so now we get back to that thing that we've been talking about receiving mixed messages. If there are fellas over here in the corner saying, "Just feed me and F me," and I good. Women are saying, "Okay, so you straight, y'all. Romance doesn't come in your repertoire. That's
Listen,
something that only women
listen.
require."
Here's another thing. The average single man would probably say that, but a married man would not say that. Feed me, give me my thing on. What? It's
Well,
deeper
I know,
than that.
Listen,
I-
This
Should be deeper than
Valentine,
that, but it's not always.
this Valentine, guys kind of took a stand where we don't want things for Valentine. We want a gift.
Listen,
We can't don't
be tricked by the
don't-
memes.
don't
Don't
show-
be tricked by the memes that went over and the little videos and all of that. I think that is how it should be. I don't think a woman should say, "My gift to you is what's between my thighs." Really?
That's
That's
how
a gift
it's
to
been.
you. I don't carry that.
And-
I can't detach that and told that way I go.
And-
And,
and
even
we-
if I do what I can do with it, valet park it.
We've been having to
saying-
fight that. We've been having to fight.
Why though?
Point
And that's what I'm
big,
trying to
we've
get to.
been having
Why
to
have you been
fight
having to fight it? Because men have too often painted or put in women's head that that's all it takes for me to be satisfied. You have to continue to push on women that we're multifaceted beings, and that ain't what couplet no more.
But y'all ain't listening, Candy.
I hear you, but you have to consistently say that just as many men where you're saying that, other men are saying, "Boy, bunt that, just give me what for me." And have not been painting themselves as multifaceted people within their relationships that require so much more. And if you require less, you get even less than what it is that you ask.
Let's
Nate, let's be real about it. I'm hearing you, and you may be an evolved young man. He may be an evolved man because of different things, but the average man, your friends, people that acquaintances, not even friends, be real about it. More sit on the side of do these tender special things for me, or more sit on the side, drop it hard as often as you can, and cook a little something for more.
I mean, we aren't taking that as gifts anymore because it's I guess it's kind of too on the regular. That's a given. We ain't taking that
So
as
what
a gift
about
no more.
when we talk about
And we
outside of the
asking,
gift?
we asking for lunch now. We asking
So-
for gifts now.
Ladies, we have a men
You
the
understand?
evolution of men. Is that what we're saying?
You know, we asking to be treated sometimes, and you know that's a buck up too. So I know me say, oh, so And as a man, if you ask a woman if they treating you for lunch, some would say yeah, but then like it's always that awkward. So that on you, you know.
All right, I'm practical also, says this lady. Acts of service is romantic to me. I think you have to learn your partner and what turns them on. Find out what they like. Candy, they lying. Man, don't turn down sex. Y'all stop that.
I'll turn it down.
I'll turn it down.
But y'all just say you see what I mean? Hypocritical conversation is happening. You just say you're gonna turn it down because you don't for no row. You just say.
I'm saying,
don't cause me wheel it back. Don't cause me wheel it back.
I would turn it down. Go ahead.
No,
I see the temples moving. What's going on up there?
And then when they see you would turn it down.
I'm not saying that men won't turn it down. What I'm trying to get to here is
that's your weapon.
Oh Lord.
And you lean on that weapon.
Dion, the situation.
Yeah.
You use that.
Listen to me. What weapon are we talking about? What weapon?
That has been the weapon.
Why has it?
That has been the punishment.
If there is no demand, then I cannot withdraw supply. See, here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
when we take the power away.
What power?
When we take the power of that away, then it's a what?
I hate to tell y'all. I hate to break it to y'all, right? Women do love sex, but I can guarantee you that most women will be able to withhold and do without much longer.
That ain't what I mean. But you using it as a weapon or
is it a weapon?
A bargaining chip?
I agree that a lot of times
if I take the power out of that bargaining chip.
But if we're gonna say that, then I can also say that men have used the monetary things that they have, whether it's things or finances.
Every man know have money, but every woman. I didn't say money. I said monetary. Monetary.
Yeah, every woman have that, but I can tell you some. Oh wow! So you trying to take me to that jungle spot? No, you trying to take me to that ghetto fantastical spot. A lot of women have it, but I tell you, there's a difference in the quality of the jams. So there, I could tell you that right now.
Friday.
But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this. It's just like women complaining about being treated with less respect and as sexual objects. And then you're running around with all your boobs out. You got on the shortest thing that you can find, but then you're complaining about being seen as just a sexual object. Is that not the way that you keep depicting yourself? How can you complain about something and you continuously put yourself in that situation? Is what I'm saying. And you use your sexuality as a tool against men. And then you complain when they treat you as if that is all you're good for or worth. That's what you're franchising yourself as. So how you gonna sit here and complain about it and shout feminism when on the flip side, this is what you're doing? You're using it to land jobs. You're using it to quote unquote keep men. You're using it to allure other men. And then you're complaining about it. You're wrong. And that's what I'm saying about men. I understand it, but for so long, a lot of men have been saying that it's fine. I don't need anything. Just give me the thing. No, I like more than tie and socks. Learn me. Maybe I'm an autistic man and I want an easel. I want something to explore that. Like you said, maybe I'm a man that enjoys superheroes, action movies. Take me out to the movies. Take me to something that I enjoy to eat. Make me feel as if I'm worth something in your life more than what I can provide for you. Make me to understand what your value as my woman is outside of sex. And that is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that either sex have not wronged each other in the fields of sexuality and how we approach each other as well as romance. But what I'm saying is too many of us continue to push the old propaganda, and that's why it continues to reign supreme. More have to speak up and say, oh, okay, that's how it used to be, but no, I ain't into that. Another breed of men and women that you have to say men have to be respected too, our voice have to be heard, and that's in the bedroom as well as outside of the bedroom. And if you don't treat me right, no, you ain't gonna get none, because what I given is good too. We both getting off here. I ain't just getting off and you getting off too. So no, you don't get it if you don't do what you're supposed to do. You have the right to say that, but what this person is saying too often, men don't. And that's why you continue to be on the other end that's opposed, where it's being used as a weapon against you. Stop bowing to it then. Stop bowing to it.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree.
That's all I'm saying.
Take
and
the
if
power
women are
away.
saying that's how it goes. And it has to be the same thing for women, but I think we've taken it to a different place. I think that's where a lot of women have come from, this standpoint where a lot of men are beginning to dislike women that say, I don't need a man. I'm making my own money. I can pay my own bills and I'll buy toys if it's that serious. That's the attitude that a lot of women have, because now men have started to say, well, if you keep it then.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of women are saying, well, then keep your money then, or keep your whatever. But none of us gain from those attitudes, is what I'm saying. We were put here by whomever you believe in, whether you believe in God, you believe in the universe exploded, whatever, we're here. And obviously we were meant to be paired with each other. And that's just not for companionship. It's just not for procreation, but obviously for the enjoyment of companionship, for the enjoyment of sexuality and all the things that come with it. So why are we making the process so difficult? What do you need? How can I provide those things? And here's what I need, and here's how I can provide it. Why can't we just make it simple?
Here's the thing. We talked about it yesterday. We touched on the need to be right. To make the point.
Right in your bed, cool. That's a shame, eh? My Lord. Not making any sense.
Yeah.
Not making no sense.
And it could be so simple, but when I say it could be so simple, it's just a matter of letting go. When I say letting go the need to be right. Letting go to the need to be right.
Yeah, it's difficult. Because at the end of the day, the real part of it, a lot of the relationships have become prostitution. And I say that, and people are going to be like, wow.
Because it's all about gain.
Because it's all about who gains what.
That's it. It's all about gain.
You know, for the men that are after the sex, okay, how can I get this without less stress?
It's all about
all
gain.
Right, let me get a couple of dollars. Let me get what she want, nails here, and let me get what for me.
That's it.
Understand? And some women are saying, all right, so how can I get what I need from him? Let me give it to him because old girl ain't doing or whatever else it is, and that's how I get what I want. Mm-hmm. So we're selling ourselves, and like, you still ain't getting to that what sex is supposed to be. Sex isn't just supposed to be about the physical gain that you get from that. To me, sex is so much better when you involve spirituality, physicality, and that mental connect. Boy, that kind of sex blows your mind. You know the person is going to move left before they move left because you're in sync. When you can look in each other's eyes and you can feel what they're feeling, that's sex on a different level. And a lot of people can never tell you that they've ever experienced that because they still stuck in mode 1, game 2. When are we going to stop playing games? We have to be more expressive. And women have to start respecting men for how they feel. If a man says, listen, I ain't into this bomb thing. Like, I won't be able to go slow. I won't be able to do whatever. I want go out first. I want whatever. If that's what he say to you, then do it. If he say, man, I want you to cook for me before we deal with this, then do that. Problem. What?
That'll be a problem.
What's the problem?
I had a friend who wanted the go slow thing. And it's ladies, they say whenever a guy isn't ready for the next step, it's like, oh, he joking. He ain't into nothing. He joking.
Well, when we say next steps, no, specify. We're talking about sex or relationship wise.
Both.
All right.
Both relationship wise, but when a woman isn't ready for the next step, it's you have to respect my time. Mm-hmm. You have to respect my wishes. You have to respect my so and so. But when a man want his, it is never. Let me respect his time. When he ready, he'll tell me, and we'll wait. But when a man ain't ready, he joking. He ain't into nothing. He joking. And that's kind of bothersome.
I think I could probably agree with that. You give right where right is due. And I think I can agree with that. I think women are a lot less respectful when it comes to that. As far as women are concerned, if we're talking about sex, if you turn down sex, now mind you, women want you to respect and wait. But if you turn down sex once it's been offered, I think some of the first things that spring up is certain insecurities. Or am I not attractive? Does he not want me? A question of your sexuality. It's a lot of things that go along with that. I think
so. This is what a woman feels.
It's just my personal opinion. That I think a lot of times that is the stuff that happens when it comes to the situation that he put forward. When you're in a relationship and a woman is ready to go to the next step, and a man will say, whether that next step is marriage, moving in together, or just a serious commitment, and he says, I just want to go take our time. I think a lot of times she will take that as an indication of, you're really into this. You look like I don't have all day to wait. Let me find a next dude that into something. I think most of the time that'll be your response, depending on how much time we're talking about. But I do believe on the flip side of that, if a woman says she want to take some time with sex, you should, you're taught as a man that you should respect that. And she'll tell you, if you can't wait, keep it moving.
You know what the real problem is? You know one of the problems is?
What's that?
We cannot have a critical conversation. Our choice of words, the tone of voice, all that stuff. How we say what we say. We don't know how to have a conversation.
I agree. But here's the thing. What he said, right? The problem is the impression that we've left. Okay, we talked yesterday about the scars that we leave behind in our relationships and the impressions that we leave behind, which is why it's so difficult to start over or calibrate a friendship within your relationship, because of the stuff that's already happened. They're there, right? The impressions, whether they are societal or from the different experiences that you've had in your dating process or relationship, the impression that men have left behind is they are no more than sex and food. And if they really love you, they might marry you. Real talk. That's the impression that's been left behind. It's the impression that we teach our daughters, and it's the impression that we leave to our sons.
In 2017, that's the impression.
And they say
it's
the number,
changing, but the greater number of that impression still stands. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. And the same thing goes for, we can talk about women. If a woman is strong and she says that she's independent, a lot of times men will that would translate into this egotism or this feminism, and you don't need me. And a lot of times, as much as men would say they love independent women, men still get off and enjoy a woman that needs them. It's a basic instinct within you. You can't help that. I don't care what you say. It's ingrained in you. Most men will tell you, I don't want you to be dependent on me. I don't want you to be dependent solely. But every man wants to feel needed for something or the other from his woman. Otherwise, what I here for? If you don't need me for nothing, what's the purpose in my life?
It's the same thing for a woman.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing. But what I'm saying is there are certain impressions that have been embossed in us, and it's going to take a hell of a lot to change it. Just like women have to understand sex ain't going to be the end all to all. Not anymore. It might have been flying before. Yeah, you sexy in the body, right? But what else? Wait, after I done with quote unquote smash, now what?
Yeah. No, that's how it is.
You can help me thrive in my business. You cooking anything for me? You can't keep a household. Yeah, you look good and the hair look nice and all that, but then what under that? It's a million-year-old Barbies running around. So what? You understand what I'm saying? Women have to understand it gotta be more than that. And some women may say, boy, that's a lot. You want me to have a sense of humor? You want me to look good? You want me? Yeah. You want a man to be attractive. You want him to have a head on his shoulders. He need to be working and making sense. So you got to too. I don't see the problem here. What you look for is what you should be. Yay or nay. If you're looking for someone to swing from the chandeliers in the bedroom, boy, you gotta flicking be able to get up there and swing too, bro. That's all I saying. If you're looking to make your booty clap, I looking for you to make your booty clap too. Listen, I get cold turkey today. You can say no all you want. We doing equilibrium in here today. If you want me to make booty clap, even if you can only do like that, I still need something.
The podcast start next week, you know. It's next week, not today.
I'm serious. Even if you can't do that, I need you to at least Hercules. If you can't do Hercules, something.
No, thank you.
No? See, that's how y'all go. You want everything, you want stewfish, but you can't clap for me?
But if you make the stewfish, I can make the Johnny Cake.
That's your version of give and take.
Ain't no clap for clap.
You said even.
Y'all don't know that though. You've been doing it. I'm just saying. I mean, I get it, and I understand, and we've been having a lot of fun and whatever, but this is just real talk. I believe that men have been disrespected a lot, as well as I can say women have been as well. But I think the change has come because men have decided that there has to be something more than just this. Sex and food ain't gonna cut it no more. I could go buy food. Unfortunately, you could also indulge in the peddling of flesh, right? But even if that's not in that sense, I mean, if you're just interested in that, you could be with a woman who you could have an arrangement with, if that's what it is. If you don't want anything more than that, that's basically what you could have. But if you're really looking to take it to a different place where you have real companionship, where someone respects and cares about your needs and wants and makes you feel important, then you have to stand for something different. To hell with what the mold was, to hell with what you meant in place. You got to be different from all the rest, so you can get the same thing that everybody else has always gotten. And that's all I'm saying to men. I agree that men's feelings has taken a backseat to women a lot when it comes to relationships. I think a lot of times men, other men, even other men will say to you, well, if she giving you what you need and she keeping your house clean and she feeding you, I don't see what your complaints are. Like if you complain about your wife not caring, or you complain about your wife not asking, like, what's going on to work and la la la, they look at you like, what?
Yeah. So like for me, just ask me, how was your date?
And a lot of they don't. They
How's
just
your
go
day?
into what was going on by their job and how Francita was getting on their nerve. They don't stop to ask or consider how you may feel.
Yeah.
They don't. And a lot of times it only comes into play as to what pleases you sexually will be the most conversation where women will delve into the things that please you. And that's unfortunate. There are a breed of women that want to know everything that does it for you so that they can try to accommodate, but they are far and short in between, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So as far as sex is concerned and all the other things that go along with romance and whatever, we have to start breaking the mold and we have to start changing those things.
I agree.
And I think when we do that, we can experience a far better and more vast enjoyment in the bedroom, but we have to do our work outside.
Yeah.
See, because a lot of these cases that we get, stories that we get, they talk about what's lacking in the bedroom, but if you dig a little bit deeper, it always started somewhere else.
Definitely.
Whether that was the kitchen,
99.9% of the time,
almost all the time.
somewhere
you know
else.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's dissatisfaction in other arenas of the relationship. Yeah. So that's all we were trying to get to today, and the way that we see things differently as men and women. But generally, no matter how different we are, we still all want the same things. Right. To be loved, to be accepted, to be heard, express yourself. And those are the general things that will make people happy and satisfied. Yeah. So that's all it was we were getting to. No, that's cool. You could go around the mulberry bush, but we still come back to the same place. So that's us.
That's for the day.
Yeah.
So podcast, like I said, if anybody is interested in attending the podcast, please write to Candy.
Absolutely. 812-1787, or hit us up at verycoolcandy@yahoo, Love Jones Crew, and be a part of the movement, because we're getting ready to do some pretty exciting things. And yes. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yes. That's it for us, though. It has been grand. Another kind of Freaky Friday. But I don't even. Interesting. Yeah, I scared to even go in the chat because Dervin and there carrying on like a beast. So I gotta go see what's going on in that.
It's all good.
But we're out of here. We've got more good music on the way. Don't forget, this is Love Jones. We'll be back at 11 o'clock on Monday. This is the best mix of R&B music, home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We're Global 99.5. Thank you, Mikey.
All right, man. I'll see
Magical
you on Monday. As
usual. My producer and solid extraordinaire. They doing big things.
See you links.
Pettiness. We're gone then. He did it.